Hola, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. We are today October 9th, 2020, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. So for today, the particular topic discussions that we have, I have really been wanted to talk about that, and I because of the other topics, the more serious tone of this channel, I was like, we'll have time to talk about it. But I feel like since it is the month of my birthday, and a lot of people write me on the side, and even myself, I'll be very honest, I've definitely opened up to a couple of people regarding this particular subject. So I just wanted to, bring it into my channel. So what is the topic discussion? The topic discussion is, where is the love? I get this. My goodness, guys. I get this from everywhere. I get this from friends. Well, distant friends. I get this from a little bit of my family, but actually, you know what? I don't really get this from my family. I think that my immediate family, oh, excuse me, something in my eyes. So sorry. I think that my immediate family, like my parents, my sisters, my brother, they don't talk about that, maybe because they see how focused I am into my dreams. Now, I'm gonna have to use this. It's super hot today, like super hot. Now, in the beginning of this year, not when I first came in, the beginning of this year, my mom, she varies with the way that she approached me with this subject. She'll insinuate certain things, but then when it's just the two of us, she'll insinuate something totally different from what she'll insinuate in front of people, which is very odd to me. I always feel like with me, my mother has such a different relationship than she has with other people. And it may be that it's because she knows that in her heart of hearts, I want more than the common woman would want out of life. But in another way, I feel like perhaps other people talk in her head, and here and there she'll throw her mother card at me, like she'll throw certain cards at me, but really when no one is looking and her lips is tight, she'll like talk to me in between the lines, woman to woman. Okay. So today the topic is, where is the love?
Put a disclaimer out. The first disclaimer is, excuse this chicken. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. The second disclaimer is, listen, I am not on YouTube today. Stop it with your inquiries. When you write to me, I want you to write to me strictly in regards to a consultation, or if you have a question pertaining to anything. But this is not today.
So, but I get this a lot. Are you dating? Are you seeing someone? Is there somebody in your life? Currently and presently, I am open to dating. I had a very particular summer. It was a good summer. It was a more relaxing summer than 2019. I did encounter quite a few individuals, and I had a lot of fun. Maybe too much fun. But I had a lot of fun. It was relaxed. I am open to dating.
Okay, I drank my wine last night. I finished one of my bottle of wine. I actually feel like I want to get another one. I feel like one of the reasons that I look so slim is because I haven't drunk any wine since July. So we're gonna have to keep it that way. But I wish I had, actually I have water, but I wish I had wine, because I feel like it's just gonna have to be a talk, like a real talk, a serious talk, and not like a focus. Okay.
The economic situation in Haiti makes dating not what it could be. Okay, why am I saying that? A young man in Haiti between the ages of 25 and 35 who has a job, who is being paid somewhat decently, you can best believe that out of his salary, and let's just say that the salary may be beneath 1,000 American dollar a month, that man has to not only take care of himself, a lot of time he has to take care of other relatives, other siblings, parents, and sometimes that person has responsibilities that they can't even fathom to begin with, right? Outside of the fact that that man has these responsibilities, you best believe that he has women competing for his attention because he has a steady income coming in. And I said to you, that income, sometimes it's not even all that. This to say that I am a woman who, if I take money out of the equation, and I'm going to be very honest with myself in this video, if I take money out of this equation, I really live a life of abundance where my money that I make outside of my savings with some of the larger goals that I want for myself strictly go toward what I really want, sometimes not necessarily what I need, but what I want. So my reality and the majority of the people in Haiti's reality is in two different scales, right? Now let's take age factor. A Haitian man who is in the bracket, I'll go as young as 30. I'm gonna go as young, you know what? I'll go as young as 28, 27. 28, I'll push it all the way to like 45. He has major responsibilities. He already has children. He probably, if he's between the age of 35 and up, he has a house of his own. He's building his house, or he is aspiring to build a house. Dating for that man, if he doesn't have a fluent income, if he's not part of the people within the government that are stealing money, or if he's not part of the social class where he comes from a well-to-do family, that man more than likely doesn't really have the extra cash to date you, to flaunt you around, to go out with you into places, to shop, to, entertain and woo you. He may want to do these things, but his economic situation, if he's not part of what I've just listed to you, then he cannot. And a man, whether he is feminine or masculine, we can debate that. A real man, ladies, wants to feel in his power. He wants to look at you and know in his heart of hearts that I got this. He wants to feel secure in his love, that another man is not going to be able to snatch you or to take you away from him, because economically he can provide what you already have at your disposal. I don't like to say it's not easy, but it's very challenging in a country like Haiti to meet these individuals, because the culture of Haiti, like I said to you before, a lot of times, these men, what also happen is a man who is, who has a going on for himself. So let's just say that he's in his late 20s, he's entering his 30s. He is really like, focused. Like I said to you before, he's gonna have a few women who's gonna want to trap him with a child or two just to secure their space, just to secure food, at least just to secure a roof over their head, because they'll know that, well, he knows he got a kid here, so he has to bring money to me one way or the other. Now, of course, granted, a lot of the men, can deflect, and there are men who don't really care about their responsibilities. However, there are men who care for their children. There are men who will feel obliged to always make sure that their children have what it takes. Now, whether it is like they give you the crumbs or not, but they'll come around, they'll make sure that you're good wherever you are. This to say that the way that I don't want to drag. I feel like I'm in the place of my life where I don't need anyone to bring me down. It's kind of like tricky to talk about that, because I do have a few suitors and I realize that they watch my videos, and it's not towards them, it's just I just wanted to talk about that. If you as an individual, especially as a woman, okay, bring yourself up, you do not need anyone in your life who's going to drag you down. What for? What for? You always want, and you know what? My father has always said to me, and I think it's because he realized that I've dated down in the past, which I have. And it's because of my caring nature that I always feel like, well, people have potential. Well, you can't date potential. Father always says, don't date a man who is not at your level. Down the line, he's going to resent you. Down the line, he's going to feel a particular way because you are above him. And that doesn't necessarily have to be with money. It could be with lifestyle. It could be the way that you were brought up. I never forgot when I first came to Haiti, I was dating this one guy and he took me out. Now, he was someone who really invested. He loved to take me out of town. And with him, I got to see Haiti a lot in the beginning years. But as we were out, I realized
that, oh my God, he doesn't have any manners. Like, his true self came out as we were out, and I felt uncomfortable in his presence and his surrounding with the manner that he conducted himself. So to me, that was like, wow, like a no bueno. We haven't seen each other in a while. Hopefully, he took my advice, and hopefully he is in a better place right now in his life. But that, to me, you guys know this is really
I just
important.
cannot see myself entertaining someone who doesn't have the same background in terms of like mannerism, and that's all across the board. When I talk about mannerism, I'm not only talking about the way you conduct yourself, but how do you conduct yourself when you're mad? And I know I need to work on that myself, because I know for a fact when I'm mad, it's kind of like all hell break loose with myself. But I always feel like a man who can hold himself when he's upset, like, it's kind of like it shows a strength of character. And by holding yourself, I don't mean evading confrontation. I mean understanding that there's confrontation, but how do you approach that confrontation? How do you approach that confrontation that comes for you? So I know that we're going like all around the place. I don't have anything, I didn't write anything, but this question comes so much, so I felt like, what, why not talk about it? Also for me, at this place of my life, if I'm dating someone here in this country, I probably will hold a lot, because in the past, the few encounters that I've had, I've opened up myself just to close it back, to realize that, oh my God, this is really not it, you know. Um, I would love to, um, the purpose of life and love for me would be adventure. It would be passion, a lot of passion. I don't like to feel restrained in my love. I don't like to feel like I can't love you the way that I want to because of X, Y, and Z. Then the door closes for me. I want to be surprised. You know, I want to just, you know, have that element of, there's a different way that you glow as a man or as a woman when love is around. You know, you glow differently, you smile differently, and you know, the emotion of love is so powerful that it's just, it eclipses everything. You know how like you so into like each other, but you broke as hell, but it don't really matter because you guys make each other laugh. Now granted, I'm past the age of the stage, you know, we're not dating, I don't want to say without an interest, but you know, you're dating for the future basically. You're dating to see, okay, but where do I see myself with that particular individual? And do I want commitment in life? I was talking to a friend yesterday and I said to her, you know, well, first we were talking about her dating life, and I was like, well, you know, you talk so much about that guy, but why didn't you go with him? And she said, well, the reality is that he has a child, and I didn't feel at the time that I wanted to deal with a child. And I laughed because I felt like, to me, I was looking at myself and I was like, you know what, I love children so much. I welcome children into my life, and I always feel like children is an added. But then this morning, another situation presented itself to me, and I was like, damn. Now I understand what she was saying last night. It's not so much that she you know, she didn't love children, but it's so much that she understood that the responsibilities that would come with, entering into a relationship, a love relationship with a man who already had children when she didn't have children. Not only that, but when she was not really going toward that in her life. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't date a man with children or not, but what I'm saying is that I probably wouldn't open up myself so much to that type of dynamic, because I feel like when you open yourself so much and you welcome in extra love because you welcome in that person's children, so that's love that's coming in. Let's just say that that relationship and that dynamic is no longer working, then it's kind of like you're not only losing the person, but you're losing every external factor into that person. And this just now I was like, is that something that you want to welcome right now? And I said to myself, well, in order for me to welcome that particular dynamic, I would have to be very assured in what that person is bringing to me. Do you understand what I mean? So it's kind of like I would have to be very confident into that type of love and what that person individually is bringing to me in order to feel very, confident into opening myself up to receive that extra love that you're bringing into my life out of you. Do you understand what I mean? I hope you guys are understanding. So yeah, love can be a little bit more complicated these days. It's also a matter of, to me, what do you want? What are you willing to accept? What are you willing to tolerate? To me, I'll be honest and say that when I go out to see, it's different because I meet people in the same lane as me, then the conversation flows, you meet men who are, in that lane. But this is probably why I definitely need to go out a lot more, but not necessarily to go out into these clubs or something, just to do a lot of activities where I probably will meet people that are, that match me basically. So yeah, I mean, that's really what I really wanted to say. I'm not pushing myself, okay? Um, I feel like I want to travel a lot more. I know that it's like I'm thinking about it because I don't want really to lie in this video. I don't want to come off like, oh, she's lying, or nor do I want to come off like, because the thing with it is I want to be very careful as to not settle. I don't want to look back into this arena of my life and said, oh, if only I knew. But also, everyone wants companionship. Yeah, love is great. I love to love. And when I love, oh my God, it's something else. I love to love. The feeling of love is just, sometimes I feel like I love the feeling of love more than love itself. Okay. The video, I don't know if I'm gonna post this because I don't know if I'm saying anything. It's just my thoughts and it's just me. I guess a couple of options have presented themselves and I was like, that's not really it. That's not it. So some of you might feel like I'm picky. I'm not picky. I just know what I want, and I think a lot about, you know, when, okay, so when I meet people these days, I don't need 24. I don't need like a lot of times to observe, pay attention to you, and kind of go back into my life and ask myself, is that person adding? What is that person adding? Are they adding enough? You know? Are they adding more than I already have? Am I going to add more? Is it going to be a fair exchange? Where am I in this place of my life? What do I want? Am I looking for real commitment? Do I just want to fling? Or do I want to like date people, get to know them, and see where we could go together? These are all the things that I ask myself, and I try to be as honest as possible with myself. Because the one thing that you don't want to do is that you don't want to push love away. You don't want to have something coming in, which in the past I've seen happen. You know, you have great potential coming to you, but you close off. A friend of mine said this to me. I think she said that to me a year ago. She said, "Are you closed off?" She did. She said that, and that she asked me that question in 2019, and I said no, no, no. But I think I was really closed off around that time because I wasn't even really entertaining people. Actually, I went out on this date with this clown, but that's really what I had to say. I didn't want to, it's probably going to be my last video. I don't think next week I'm going to film. I know that this video is probably not the most straightforward. I still feel that, I don't want to say I don't know what I want. I do, but I just want to say that I don't like the options that have presented themselves to me. And you know, here and there I'll entertain people, I'll go out here and there, not a lot, because I don't like to waste my energy. That's one thing. I rather film. I rather film, read a book, talk to good friends, go out, than go out with people just to go out and waste my energy, waste my good makeup. No, we're not doing that. So very rarely, you know, but I would, well, am I being truthful? I am. Am I? Okay, maybe let's just be honest. Okay, maybe I'm at the place of time where if I meet someone, I'm waiting for you to give 80%. this is just because I feel like a lot of times I give so much and I don't get anything in return. So these days I'm kind of like, I am closed off, and I just wait for people to really show me what they can bring to the table, what they can do, what they have there. I'm waiting to see that effort, that you really want that, and then I'll open up. Otherwise, I feel like it's a waste of time. It's a waste of my energy. It's just a waste of air, and I'm just not going to put in any energy. I feel like my energy can go into different things that could grow me. I hope this answers some of your questions. Yeah, this is what I have to say for myself. This is just for me, really. This is not for this is me. A lot of people always ask, where's the love? So this is my, and yes, it could change. Next week it could change. Next month it could change. Tonight it could change. I don't know. But as I'm filming this video now, this is my own personal thoughts, my own personal opinion regarding where love fits into my life at this present moment. I just feel like I have not so far met anyone that not only sparkles me but keep that sparkle. Because you could sparkle me today, and then later on it's kind of like I'm like wank. I'm bored. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it was not as straightforward, but I still felt like I wanted to film. I wanted to leave a little something for you behind. Maybe I'll open up. I'll see how this video is doing, and maybe I'll open up to these type of discussions. Especially, people always want to me to talk about love, and especially regarding Haiti. Like I always say, the economic situation of Haiti makes love not the most truthful, not the most truthful, not the most easiest, not the most smooth, because like I said, you got people who would want this, people who would want that, but they're looking at, okay, I don't have this, and no one wants to really, of course, individually we always have maybe an agenda. I don't. But you even as a man, you don't only want a woman that as soon as you date her, you realize that she's expecting you to pay all her bills. You want to have that luxury of wanting to woo that woman. You want to have that luxury of, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you want to do it. And a lot of times, our Haitian men, they don't have that luxury to feel like that. They might feel obliged to do these things for their women, or for their women, that's plural. All right, guys, this is what I have to say. It's short and sweet. It's 2:30. I hope you're going to have a good weekend. This is it. I am going to edit these videos for you. I have to be out. All right, guys, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. I know it was not straightforward, but I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next.